RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning. RBB, a live morning talk show that gives you the ability to get the coach you need, strategist you wish you could afford, social media manager and strategist, marketing strategist, project manager, certified OBM, VA, business startup strategist, profit strategist, web strategist, email funnel strategist, sales page strategist, PR strategist, time management, mindset, and overall business development strategist. We answer it all. With over 25 years of business experience, both in corporate and small business worlds, we really can answer it all.
So we are still talking about scaling your business and what that actually means. And we're going to go through some ways to scale your business today.
And they're easy because remember, just to recap yesterday, we said that scaling was when you bring in a product or service that doesn't require you personally to deliver it.
Yes, that does not mean increasing your pricing.
No.
So just reminding you, it does not mean that.
No, that's a price increase. That is not a scale.
That is not a scale. Okay, so there are 3 ways to do it. They're all very easy.
Yeah.
It's the agency model, and we are the agency model. So that is, well, actually, we've done all 3.
We have done all 3. So we have a combination of all 3.
Yes. So an agency model, growing to an agency where you are running an agency, but not necessarily the one providing services to clients. Now, that being said, I still have clients that I do work for. Gina still has clients that she does work for. And you still will probably be offering services, but you're spending more time gaining clients, dealing with the business development, doing sales, coordinating your social media and your marketing and things like that. And having contractors, freelancers, employees underneath you and growing a full-on agency. We are an agency. We offer white label services to other agencies, social media marketing agencies. And we also offer services ourselves to small business clients. Will you break down
what white label is?
White label. White label means that another agency that does pretty much the same thing as we do actually hires us to do all the work for them. We have a very large agency in New Zealand that she actually only does the sales. We do everything else. We do the project management. We do doing the services. We do the delivery. We do the management, all of that. And she just does sales.
That's it.
So that is white labeling. Is somebody else selling services as their own business, but they're really hiring another agency to do it for them. That is called white labeling. We also, again, we offer services. We have service packages for small businesses, so that those that need help on every level from $200 a month all the way up to $5,000 a month. That's one of our bigger packages. Small businesses can hire us to do things for them. Now, that's the agency model. That is, you are, as the business owner, are doing very little or no work yourself. Somebody else is doing the work on your behalf. Pre-recorded course style programs. You sell a course.
These can go a couple of different ways. So you can have it's just a course, like that's it, like 4 modules, and it's priced. They're not any more than $297. Or you have the what is more of the program model course, and I'm using bunny ear fingers because they call it a program model, but the only reason that it's technically called that is they may do one live round, and then they do multiple launches throughout the year, and then the other rounds are just drip releasing the pre-recorded videos, and then they have a live Q&A every week, and that's all they do. And then from doing it that way, you can take an infinite amount of people in this program because there are no calls, there is no one-on-one interaction at all. It's literally just watching the videos, going through the workbooks, and then if you have any questions, submitting them to be answered on a Q&A, and that's it. And then the Q&A is typically done live stream style. And that's, and those are where you start seeing like the prices hike. Like they can be like in the $1,000 to $12,000 to the, not $12,000, but $1,200, $1,500 range. And you can take an infinite amount of people. Like, you don't have to close the doors. It's just however many want to enroll can enroll.
It's a good model. Once you do the pre-recorded, like you record the live version of it, it kind of becomes passive income. It's not fully passive because you do have your live Q&As and things like that.
But it's 1 hour a week, and you're interacting with the community that's around it, which, by the way, that's going to have to start going away soon, but that's a conversation for another day, how to get around that. And then that's kind of it. Like, the majority of the work is in the launch. Like, that's where the work is. And typically, if you've done that a few times and you've built your company to that level where you're not taking private clients anymore and that's all that you're doing, you probably have a team that's doing the launching for you. So it's really honestly, it's minimal work, and it's not a bad model, especially if you're a coach of some kind. That, in my opinion, is kind of the best way to do it, rather than constant one-on-one.
Very much so. I did a launch like that with a coach about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. And when she was doing it live, she was only making about $10,000 total because that's her cap. When she started to go to this pre-recorded course style model, she went to $45,000 in her first launch.
Yeah, I know of some people that do this model that have made $100,000 a launch. And then I know of some other people that have attempted to do this and wouldn't listen. And the format still didn't work because they were still having to show up a ton.
Yeah. And I mean, there's good and bad about it. So I've seen coaches, but I also know that those large pricing models are going away. People are not wanting to pay those big pricing models anymore. So those $1,500 per person for a course is starting to go away. It's part of why Be Boss Girl has gone to $19.97 for each one that we've done. We just sell them for a little less than $20
for that. And people have been oversold.
Yes, people really have been oversold.
They've been overcharged for crap, quite honestly.
Mm-hmm. It's a model that I see is going away. It's becoming less and less effective because the coaching industry, again in quotation marks, has scammed too many people, unfortunately. So the whole entire model, because that very much is a coaching model, is starting to wane and not be as popular for a good reason. I mean, too many people have been scammed.
I know somebody that is, I wouldn't necessarily call her a coach. She doesn't really call herself. She's more of an expert, but she's been in the online business world for over 10 years. And she has a signature program that she does, and it teaches you how to build a very, very simple evergreen funnel that even doesn't require paid advertising. And it is $500. It's $497. And it's like a 4 or 5 week program or whatever, and like it's the course style model, but it's $500. That's her most expensive offering.
And when you get into the consulting strategist type industry, very few of us charge that $1,500 unless you want me on site at your business for days, and then I charge $500 an hour. But that is a very different thing than offering these courses. And we're starting to see very much in the coaching, again, in quotation marks, industry, because that lifestyle, fitness, nutrition, all kinds of coaches have used this, hence the quote, the bunny ears. But it's starting to go away. We are seeing a huge downturn in that, even for those that have up until now sold out again in quotation marks, each time that they've done a launch, in $100,000 for a launch. I know somebody that usually was hitting $150,000 a launch and only hit $15,000 this time. And she consistently did that for 4 years. So it's going away. So keep that in mind before you spend a lot of time and effort doing that type of launch. You really need to look at the industry around where you are for your industry and make sure that that is a model that's still working. Another model that's actually becoming more popular now is membership model. And creating
or subscription model, however
a subscription model
or subscription, however you want to look at it. People are really into subscriptions right now, and it's because it gives them, one, they're cheap. Like, let's be real here, they're not expensive, and so they're cost effective, and there is a level of control that people have because they can cancel, re-up, cancel, re-up, cancel, re-up, move around to their heart's content. And people love having options.
Very much so.
And people also these days, for some reason, are very non-committal. So what better way to be able to serve somebody by them not having to commit?
So subscription-based / membership models are working very, very well right now. We're actually seeing a huge increase in them when done well. There have been a lot of them out there for a long time that are starting to fail because they've been skating along on talking big and not offering much. And I know somebody that's been making a few $1 million a year, her membership has actually decreased by 30% over the last 6 months.
Ooh, you're going to have to tell me who that is after this. I have an idea, so I'm just curious.
And it's because the value isn't there. So if you're looking at offering something like that, make sure you're offering that really large value to your potential clients clients.
We have a membership that we've actually been working on in the background. Obviously, all of our services are subscription based, so there are no contracts. You can cancel, move around, add, take away, whatever you want at any given time. But something that we're really wanting to do, because we know that it's still very popular and is going to remain very popular, is people still like to DIY their businesses. If they're a small business owner or a solo business owner, they want to do everything themselves. I personally think that is a very toxic and limiting mentality, but it is what it is. And so we need to serve you guys where you're at. And we have the Pixie Kit that Danielle and I were kind of brainstorming yesterday. We're wanting to kind of overhaul. We have an academy that is going to be coming together that's going to have all the courses or anything that we do. It will all be available to you on a subscription basis, on a monthly membership basis. But we're also going to be bringing in like plug and play stuff for you, like a done for you welcome series that you can just fill in the blank. Social media stuff, fill in the blank, Pinterest pin templates, stock photos, like anything that you would need. It would almost be like a toolkit, and you could just go and grab it and plug it in and keep moving. And it'll take a lot of the guesswork out, on top of the courses and other information that we're going to be giving you to keep you well informed. So that's our plan, and that is something that we're working on. We'd love to release it Q4, but I'm not sure. We want to make sure that it's right and everything that is in it appropriately. We're not just throwing something together just for the sake of throwing it together, but it has been in the works for a couple of months now, and we're really excited. So
yes.
that's because we have a plan and we have a vision for our company, and we're going to talk about it in a couple of days of what our 1-year goal for Be Boss Girl is, where we would like to see it go. And something that most people don't think about when it comes to scaling, when you are changing your business up and you're wanting to remove yourself from the equation, there are going to be dips in revenue.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
While people get used to the change, because you have to start throwing all your energy behind the other thing. And a lot of people are very scared to do that. It is a scary thing. It is a gamble. I mean, there could be a month that you end up not getting paid because it takes a little longer to land a sale, because you're having to really explain and really assure, because this is something new that people haven't seen from you before. I mean, and that is one of the things when it comes to scaling. It is a long-term benefit and a long-term change. which means usually when something is long term, that means in the short term, it's going to hurt.
Yes, very much so. And it always does. If done well, believe it or not, if done well, it's going to hurt a little. So always keep that in mind.
But it's temporary because keep your eye on the prize.
So again, we're keeping the shows short and sweet during the week for you now, trying to make them a little bit easier for everybody to watch. Have a great day, everybody. Remember to rise, become, and be, and rise to the occasion of we are in Q4 of 2019. We're excited to be in Q4. I love October, and I hope you all have an amazing Tuesday. Have a great day, everybody.
RBB Morning Show, the coach, mentor, marketing, and social media strategist you need each and every morning.